Alright guys, I don't know how well this video is going to go. I was going to strip my floor in my middle bedroom, and I'm trying to get a YouTube studio going. And this thing died on me, so I pulled the cover off and checked the brushes, and they're fine. So the issue now is it could be the armature or the stator. I'm not sure what it is, so I'm going to start taking this thing apart and seeing if I can figure out what's going on. I can't remember I think you have to take the brushes out to get to the armature, so I'll go ahead and do that. What it is it's sparking real bad, and I've overheated this before, and I've heard that if you get the armature too hot, it basically ruins it. Now, I priced a new armature, and they're $136, and a brand new sander. Oh, that may be the problem. The brand new sander is $160, so I'm not going to replace the armature if I can get a new sander for $160. Oh boy, that might be the problem right there. Holy cow. Yeah, that's probably it. Wow, weird, the spring inverted. So this spring is completely inverted. That is weird. Wonder if I can wind a new spring on there. Yeah, we'll see about that. I'm going to clean up the armature though while I'm at it. So, from what I hear, they come out the other side. Take some handles off. Those are shorties. Pretty sure this side has... if you've watched the video online, it has Torx bits. I think I gotta take these out to take the halves off. So one of the things the video didn't mention was screw lengths. All your long screws, extra long screws go in the body, semi-long screws go in the plastic housing. Short screws are all the same length and they go on the handle. So I'm going to separate these out. My camera might be dying. Oh, we're still going. So now I got to get the Torx bit. What is that? It's like a T15 or a T10. Now that's a longer one for the back of the handle, so I'll separate that out. And those are more Torx bits. So let's see, the handle is a little smaller than that. What is that? So I'm going to guess it's T20, if I can find one. There's T25. I thought I just saw T20. T20. Yep, handles T20 in the front. And need to put that on an extension. Those might be T25s. Okay, I can feel the case already wanting to separate. So I'll go ahead and stick that T20 back in here, just so I don't lose it. Let's see, does this case come off? Probably didn't need to take the handle off. Oh my gosh, look at that powder wedged up in there. Look at that. What is that, all powder? Holy smokes. Wow. Yeah, I had a feeling I was going to find a big mess like that. I don't even know where that goes. If that's a passage for... So, from what I hear, you can just hold on to the fan and unscrew that thing. Or not. How to get the belt off. I'm guessing I can just feed the belt off. Come on. Alright, belt's off. I gotta take care of that. I think I'm gonna put the handle screws back in. So I'm gonna put the handle screws back in because they didn't need to come out. Just make sure they're all the same thread pitch. And I'll get them started by hand. Don't want to cross thread them. It's an aluminum casting, so and then plastic. I wouldn't want to cross thread it. So we'll get those both started. Put that on one. Put this side back on real quick. I don't know why in the world that DeWalt doesn't make this trigger style. It's so much better than the collet style. I've worked with both. The collet ones suck. Such a better idea. Don't have to use two hands to change bits, and they don't just fall out like people have tried to say. Yeah. I'm gonna put you guys on hold. Alright guys, I was sanding this table in preparation for something to do with the YouTube office, and I can't even remember why, but I was going to use the Porter cable on the floor, and the Porter cable croaked, and what I've since found out is it's something to do with this brush holder. Let me make sure that's in focus. Yeah, sort of. Here. So the issue is this brush holder, or I thought maybe it was the armature that was burnt out. I took that out and cleaned it up. It's not. I don't know if that's called the stator, but basically I sanded that down with 600 grit in my little mini mill, and that cleaned up fine. So I've got new brushes on order, and I'm going to see if that fixes the problem. So the issue is with these Porter cables, the armature is 150. A brand new Porter cable is 165. So it's not worth fixing. So it may become a parts sander. So in the meantime, I thought, well, I need a belt sander, and this WEN brand I've had good luck with on, I have a Dremel that's this brand, and it had a decent rating on Amazon, and I think I got it for like 35 bucks. So, or 32, or some cheap number. It's all plastic, that's for sure. So I thought I'd do an unboxing for you guys and kind of have a quick look at it. Hey, it comes with a belt. So we'll do kind of a use case, or a case study on usage, because I'm going to sand the floor with this. Brushes are coming in on that. Don't know if it's going to fix it. So we'll see how this works. But first impressions is it's a $25 belt sander. I wasn't expecting anything more or less, but this table's a rough piece of junk, and I wanted to see if I could get it sanded down quickly with some 40 grit. So I don't know that there's much to comment on as far as unboxing goes. It's a belt sander. I can say right now I'm left-handed and I don't like that this doesn't rotate up out of the way. It's too bad they didn't have that come up and out a little more. My hand wants to go right there, so I'll have to use it like a right-handed person. So I'm going to get the 40 grit out and swap. It's got an 80 grit on here. I'm going to swap that out and get a 40 grit belt on here from Harbor Freightage. I guess this will be almost as much of a review on the belt sanding, the belts from Harbor Freight, as it will be this belt sander. So it's nice that it's lighter. I mean, that's cool, but I wasn't real impressed with the Porter cable. It was kind of a sad deal for how much they are. So we'll get this in use and I'll let you guys know how it goes. Be right back. Alright guys, it's not too loud. Let's see how it sands here. Seems to track okay. I haven't had it heat up yet, so I'll talk to you in a minute. Alright guys, I pushed it pretty hard with 40 grit. This side's definitely pretty flat. Obviously this is crappy plywood, and I don't care if it's real flat. I just want to get all this top stuff off so paint will stick to it. It started to heat up. I expected it to. It's a $25, to me, a throwaway tool. So I'll use it as long as I can, and at some point it'll die. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other side here real quick and kind of give my final thoughts. The nice thing is I can definitely feel the bumps better than with the Porter cable. Maybe because it's a 21 inch versus an 18 inch, but I can feel the high spots better. So we'll finish this up here. Alright guys, end the video. So it's a cheap belt sander. It seems to perform just fine. I think one of the things that someone else talked about was this funky dust collector, this weird oval shape. So I just pulled it out and I noticed that it's pretty clogged up. I'll see if I can show you guys. So you can see there's quite a bit here and there's a whole lot down here. It fills the bag up. The air does. It pumps air into the bag. The problem is whatever they made the bag out of is not porous enough. It's too I don't know if it's too fine of a material, but it doesn't breathe enough to let air push out of the bag. So I would say that this thing is about, let's see if I can squish this down for you. It's about that full, and I would say that there's more than that went on the ground. There's 2/3 that went on the ground and only 1/3 that went in the bag. So could there be improvements? Sure. You could make an adapter for the bag for a dust collection system, no problem. I think some other people have done that. The other thing I would do maybe is instead of this bag, put like an outerwear for like four-wheelers, like a, I don't know if it'd catch the fine sawdust, but it sure would catch all the coarse stuff. So I'm not sure what the solution is. Maybe, I just don't know what kind of material you could get that's fine enough that would catch this fine sawdust but still let the machine push air through the bag. So I'm sure there's a solution there. Might try it down the road, but overall, for the price, I would recommend this belt sander. Again, this is the WEN brand. I'm not going to give you the model number. It's the 3x21 that they sell on Amazon. But yeah, this is something I would consider, like I said before, kind of a throwaway tool, meaning that you could break it and for 25 bucks, who cares? Go buy another one. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up here and we will be talking to you guys later.